before a cup is hoisted, before a name is called, before a scholarship is given, there is a dream.
The STX 68 literally is the top 68 14-year-old players in the country coming together for the very first time.
This is going to be the top 68. You can't take a shift off. You have to play huge, not when they want to, but all the time.
The game is hard. That's the reality. You need to pull up your big boy pants.
Up, let's go!
There's a circle around the 68, and we're trying to have kids understand what does it mean to get into that circle.
Becoming 68, the path forward. For Anthony Sippel, life has always been about hockey.
I started playing when I was about 4 years old and just got hooked right away. That's basically second nature. Like I couldn't imagine life without hockey.
Yep, good, up. Nice. Here we go, Ant, here we go, Ant. Find those pucks, Yes, nice, get it quick. Nice.
On the ice, sibling rivalry
Quick.
brings out the best in both Anthony and his older brother Joey.
I think it really helped both of us become better players. It sort of instilled that competitive nature because we never wanted to lose.
Good, get up ice, nice.
Joey's talent earned him a scholarship offer to the University of Vermont. And again, Anthony was not far behind, committing to the Catamounts as well shortly thereafter, while only a ninth grader.
I love hockey, I just want to make it to the NHL, but college was one of my ambitions, and I just committed to University of Vermont, so that was a real excitement for me.
I have pictures of him when he was like 2. He wanted to be a goalie in the worst way. I'd come down, he'd have his goalie equipment on. I'm like, he's 2, like, it's not happening. He was like 3 and a half, and I said, when you're ready, you tell me. And this is an absolutely true story. He wakes up on his 4th birthday. He comes down, and before he even says anything, he says, Ma, I'm ready, call Coach Jim.
And while the game might have come natural for Anthony, his parents were a different story.
I grew up in the Bronx, so really hockey to us was pretty much non-existent. I mean, pretty much grew up playing baseball and football, so I didn't really know a blue line or a red line or anything about hockey whatsoever.
I grew up in a family of all girls, and I'd always be saying to my husband, is this normal? Like, why are they killing each other?
I remember the first time going into a rink, the coach looked at me and was like, are you kidding me? You don't know how to get your skate on? I'm like, no. So it was quite an event.
We got an early breakaway, wrister shot, score!
It wasn't long before the sport consumed the entire family. Even Anthony's mother Dolores got in on the act, taking up the game herself, creating an interesting family dynamic.
I started about 10 years ago at a parent-child game for my son and absolutely loved it. I had never had on hockey skates or equipment, and it was just so much fun. I started lessons the next week.
She's probably the most competitive out of all the kids.
It's actually pretty cool. Like, not too many moms can play hockey and say they know what it's like, but my mom, she knows what it's like and how you have to compete.
I can watch my kids, and when they come off the ice, I can say, you know what, you're not doing a full extension. Or break down their actual skating for them. They don't really like it so much. But that's okay, because I'm going to tell them anyway.
If you hit the post, 2 points. You knock it down or hit your stick, 1 point. Crossbar is 3 points. Okay, whoever gets 5 pucks, whoever's got the highest score wins. Nice, find it! Woo! 3 points. That's 8. Quick! That's 11. Again! Holy, that's 15. Come on, crossbar! Oh, it's 18. Older brother loses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice.
Halfway across the country in Phoenix, Hunter Hastings is working hard to become the next talent to emerge from the desert.
Nobody really would expect for anybody to be good from Arizona.
It was kind of funny. My wife decided to bring him
to hockey because she thought it would be a little safer than other extreme sports. From the very first minute, he was scoring first minute of the first game he played in.
Recent history would suggest anything is possible, as Scottsdale native Austin Matthews became the first Arizona-raised player to be taken #1 overall in the 2016 NHL Draft.
The path is pretty much different for everybody. You can go from youth hockey to college to the NHL, youth hockey to major junior to the NHL. Yeah, I just try to let myself play hockey and not really think about what's next, because it'll come.
For Hunter, the 68 is an opportunity to prove he belongs among the nation's elite.
It'll be the best competition I've ever played. I'm gonna have to move faster against faster players and see where I stand against the top guys so I can get a better picture in my mind.
My hope Hunter really goes out there to play big. I'd like to see him really focus on it and really enjoy it, because it's one of the experiences that won't happen very often in your life, and I know he's excited to do well out there.
Off the ice, Hastings is working equally hard at a favorite NHL pastime, fishing.
A little bit up here, gonna go to a pond. It's so complicated at first, but then I just really got into it, and I fish with like 3 or 4 kids on my team. We go out all the time. I've been fishing since I was probably like 4. My dad used to take us up at the cabin and they had ponds there. I have a little fake crawdad on. I'm just making it look like a crawdad on the bottom, and largemouth bass will come up and eat it, and then hopefully get them to eat it. That was a pretty good one too.
Back in Chicago, preparations continue at the Seven Bridges Ice Arena for the arrival of the top 68 young hockey players in the country. Each year brings a new crop of hopefuls, all eager to prove they belong amongst the nation's elite.
You know, there's so many camps out there and so many programs out there, but now it's to a point now where it's just such a buzz. We bring in top NHL instructors to work with these players on the ice. We test them, we compare them. Now it's a big opportunity. Now they're knocking on our door saying, how do I get in?
We started with a 2000 birth year, and there's a number of those players playing in the USHL next year and in the development program. Wallstrom, Weiss, Randall, Drury, all top end players that have come through and that probably will be playing in the NHL in 3 to 4 years.
They've, for the most part, been big fish in small ponds, and now they're sort of equal fish in a big pond. And it's a chance for them to get to know each other, but also compare themselves to each other and those who've come before them. And so we'll do a lot of testing, play a lot of hockey, and we'll have a chance to map out sort of what their path to improvement needs to be from here on out.
So it's a special event for 68 of the top 2002 birth year players.
Well, seemed about 3 years ago when the idea came about, and it's just such a unique thing because if you are chosen, it's pretty prestigious, and it seems that more and more each year people are hunting and searching the event and wanting to come, but it is very specific, very prestigious, invite only, but we want them to understand what a great opportunity and honor it is to be here, and I think, as I said before, something they're going to remember for the rest of their life. Anthony Sippel. Heard he's a good player. Can't wait to see him.
An hour's drive from the arena, Wyatt Shingo is continuously training with the big picture in mind.
He's a boy that plays for Chicago Mission program that trains out of this facility, and he's probably been a high-end talent since he was about 8 or 9 years old, and kind of always been a step ahead of everybody else. He's got just tremendous hockey sense, so he sees the ice really well. But Wyatt he's a special player, and he continues to be a special player because he's constantly putting the time and effort into becoming a better hockey player.
I hope it's going to be a hard camp. It's top 68 kids in America. I mean, it's pretty cool if you ask me.
He's getting bigger, stronger, and to be 14 years old and committed to the University of Notre Dame, there's not many players who can say that right now.
Well, I started skating when I was like 2, I didn't really start playing games till I was like 5. I played up with older kids. I just liked being on the ice, cold weather, getting dressed with your friends, being in the locker room. Love winning. I don't really like those games where it's like 17-0. I'm more into games where it's like we're down a goal with 5 minutes left. Those are my favorite kind of games.
How often do you think about the NHL?
A lot. When I watch it, I just hope to be there one day, more than anything.
For Wyatt, like all the others selected to this elite event, becoming one of the 68 is the true first step towards his ultimate dream. On the next episode of Becoming 68, The Path Forward.
920, 920, let's go!
When you have evaluators watching you, they're watching everything.
Getting drafted was a special moment for me, but at the same time, that really doesn't mean anything.
All right, guys, this is a sprint every time now, let's go!
Every time you touch a puck or go through a drill, you're practicing something, you're creating a habit, and it's going to be good or it's going to be bad.
And just know this, the practice that we run today will be the same practice that the Carolina Hurricanes run on a daily basis. Nothing changes in hockey.